Nora, there are only two things in this world that will never lie to you: the land and time.
How many guests are coming from your father's side?
12. Plus my aunt, 2 cousins, their spouses and kids.
That'll bring the total head count up to 120. Won't the venue feel cramped?
Grandma hosted 200 people at this very table. Vineyards never mind a crowd, they only mind running out of wine.
Should we set up a rain tent?
Grandma always said throwing up cover over a vineyard is disrespectful to the sunlight. If it rains, we'll head down to Wines for a glass and wait it out.
Your grandmother was a poet.
Mr. Patrick, I need you to draft a document for me by 3 this afternoon. A termination of engagement statement. The terms state Ben Carter rewinches all present, future claims to Went Vineyards in full.
What time is Emily arriving today?
She's taking a morning flight. She should land around 11.
Perfect. Ask her to come straight over early to help with final decorations.
Thanks for flying all this way to help out.
Nora, congratulations! You always have such impeccable taste in colors. Naturally. As maid of honor, I've got to outshine every other guest in tomorrow's photos. Bride excluded, of course. I finalized the decor scheme. White hypangas is the centerpiece, and we're using Grandma's vintage rose pattern china for place settings. The band's coming at 3 this afternoon for a sound check. Can you oversee that for me? Consider it done. All yours.
Thanks for flying all this way to help out.
Ben, it's not every day Nora asks me to pitch in. Of course I'll pull out all the stops. Isn't that a little awkward? What if I write something I shouldn't? Then don't write anything inappropriate. Unless Ben's hiding some secret I know nothing about.
All right, let's play.
Fine, just don't hold it against me if I win. It's settled then. You two catch up. I'm going to check if the flower livery's arrived.
Nora's been really emotionally volatile lately. I'm worried all the wedding planning is stressing her out.
All paperwork is finalized.
Nora, Ben could never find anyone half as wonderful as you. Thank you, that means so much.
All paperwork is finalized.
Thank you all for coming to Wentworth Vineyards to celebrate Ben and my engagement. Before we start dinner, there's something There's something I've been waiting a long time to do. I've secretly prepared this moment for quite a while. I'd like to thank someone very special. Nora, Emily Foster, my college roommate, one of my closest confidants. Nora, I want to thank you for agreeing to help me test my fiance's loyalty. I've carried a small worry in the back of my mind for years. I'm far too wealthy. This vineyard, grandma's trust fund, the shares my father left behind. You all know how San Francisco venture capitalists love stories like this. A struggling entrepreneur marries a Weimaner's heiress, and suddenly they've got unlimited capital to rebuild their fortune. So I asked Emily to assist me with a little test. Using an entirely false identity as a licensed counselor, she drafted a secret supplementally prenuptial agreement for my fiancé. Its terms stated that post-marriage, Ben could file claims of mental abuse against me, strip me of all decision-making power, and seize full ownership of the vineyard. Of course, all of that was a fabrication. Emily isn't a licensed counselor at all. She's a registered nurse. Isn't that right? Ben, as an investment banker, but during this whole scheme, I noticed something striking. Ben seemed entirely cooperative with every step of the plan. He even volunteered countless details to paint me as emotionally unstable. Ben, as an investment banker, how do you know so much about the legal criteria for proving mental abuse? Did you spend hours researching it, or was this something you'd been planning all along?
Nora, do you have any idea what you're saying right now?
I'm saying you're a fraud.
You've had too much wine. Whatever this is, we can discuss it privately.
There's no need for privacy. Ben's personal attorney holds the original copy. What's his last name again? Blanchard? The same surname as Emily's mother after her remarriage. I'd always wondered how the two of you first crossed paints. Ben claimed it was through work, but you never told me your stepfather, after your mother remarried, is Ben's father's college roommate. So you've been orchestrating this whole plot for 3 years, haven't you? You met Ben through your stepfather, then inserted yourself into my life as my best friend.
Enough! Nora, you've gotten everything wrong.
Nora, I signed this document. The date on the case number falls half a week ago, the very night we had our wedding budget fight. Every single phrase Ben used when calling Mr. Patrick to claim I was mentally unself was textbook counseling jargon you coached him to recite.
Enough! Nora, you've gotten everything wrong.
Then prove the two of you are innocent. Earlier I mentioned our little game, writing 3 hidden quirks about each other. Emily writes about Ben, Ben writes about Emily. Go on, write. Can't think of anything? Newlyweds might not know every little detail about each other, but a maid of honor and a fiancé, you two should know each other perfectly well. Shouldn't you?
Nora, you've lost your mind. Mr. Ben Carter, I am legal counsel for the Wentworth family. Should my client choose to press charges, you and Miss Foster will face allegations of conspiracy, fraud, and document forgery.
Answer a single question. Ben, Nora? I'll give you one chance. Answer a single question in front of everyone here tonight. Were you with me because you love me? Or because you wanted Wentworth Vineyards? Sign this, and this whole affair ends tonight. Refuse, and with all the evidence I hold, you will lose far more than you ever hoped to gain.
Once he secured control of the vineyard, he'd fund a full counseling clinic for me. Why, we've known each other 16 years. He promised me, once he secured control of the vineyard, he'd fund a full counseling clinic for me.
Not a nurse's position, a licensed therapist's practice. I've dreamed of earning my counseling license for years, but tuition was impossible to afford. You told me you'd help me pay for it 3 years ago. You never followed through. He was willing to give me what I needed. If you'd come to me 3 years ago and told me you wanted to pursue your counseling license, I would have covered every cent of your schooling. You never needed to betray me or betray yourself to get what you wanted. You're going to be all right. Welcome, everyone. Why did you start this? Winemaking has been framed as a man's industry for 100 years. But the vineyard is just land. Land doesn't care about gender. It only cares how much heart you pour into it. I heard you canceled your engagement party. Come with me. I'll show you the cellars, show you all the wine sleeping in barrels. They're in no rush to mature, and neither are we. Are you planning to marry again someday? Maybe someday, maybe not. I no longer need a marriage to define who I am. I couldn't stand by and watch you get cheated out of everything you owned. Are you afraid of getting into trouble? My parents always told me you have to stand up for what's right. Look at it now. It grows stronger than every other. My dad used to work at a local winery. He always told me grapevines don't die as long as their roots stay intact. Even if every branch above ground withers away, new shoots will sprout again the next spring. This one's older than I am. Years back, a root cart epidemic hit. Every expert said it was beyond saving. Grandma flushed its roots with fresh water every single day for 3 months straight. Look at it now. It grows stronger than every other vine on this hillside. Starting tomorrow, this entire row is your responsibility to tend. If you don't prune grapevines, they won't be sweet next year.
Nora, Ben's lost his job. His new girlfriend left him. Can you imagine how miserable he is? Can't you find it in your heart to forgive him?
Ma'am, his suffering isn't my fault. It's the path he chose for himself. Grandma, I did what you would have wanted.
Winemaking's just like life. You have to get your hands dirty before you can make something pure and clean.
That's different. At least you own this vineyard. Am I ever going to pay all this debt off? It feels endless. You're only 25. You've got decades ahead of you to pay it down. There's no rush. I just feel so worthless. I'm 32 years old. My fiancé and my best friend plotted to steal my vineyard behind my back. Do you think I felt valuable then? That's different. At least you own this vineyard, a whole life built for yourself. True, I had this place to fall back on. But you'll build something yours too. It might not vineyard, but it'll be entirely yours. Take it slow.
I quit my nursing job. I'm going to retake my counseling licensing exams. This time, I intend to practice legitimate therapy, the way I always dreamed. I didn't come to beg for your forgiveness. I just needed to tell you, I paid back every dollar Ben gave me, plus full interest. I donated all of it to a nonprofit that supports the potential for romantic fraud. I can show you the donation receipts if you'd like.
There's no need to show me proof. You can go now. Send me word once you pass your licensing exam. Your labor is worth every penny and more. From today onward, every evening shift counts as overtime pay, fully compensated. I'm not working those late nights just for money. I do it to pay off my debt. I know that. But you still need the income. Take the paycheck. Your labor is worth every penny and more. Remember this. No matter what offer anyone gives you in life, never undersell your own worth. Thank you, Nora. Don't thank me. Thank yourself for putting in all the hard work. And this matters to me. Nora, do you ever plan on selling this vineyard someday? What makes you ask that? Everyone says farming barely turns a profit. You've poured so much money into the trainee program. When will you start earning back what you've spent? Grandma always said a vineyard isn't just a business. It's a way of living. A life well lived doesn't measure success by profit margins. It measures it by whether it matters. And this matters to me. I want to become someone like you one day. To get here, you first to shatter completely. It hurts more than you can imagine. I've already broken once. I survived it.
Ben asked me to pass along a message. He said he's truly sorry for everything he's done to you. Nora, Ben's legal counsel has formally filed documents waiving all claims to the vineyard indefinitely. I forwarded the full paperwork to your email inbox.
Thank you.
Ben asked me to pass along a message. He said he's truly sorry for everything he's done to you.
I've received the message. Nora, do you ever regret calling off the engagement that night? I regret trusting two people who never deserved my faith. I don't regret walking away from that marriage before it ever began.
Marriage is never a mandatory life trial, Stone. Building a fulfilling life for yourself is the only non-negotiable goal.
My girl, you've done everything I hoped you would.
To all of you, to every woman brave enough to start over from scratch. To Nora, for teaching us that breaking into pieces isn't the end of your story.
My girl, you've done everything I hoped you would.
I'll come back to visit you, I promise. This is the first recommendation letter in her life. No one has ever thought she was worthy of a recommendation before. That's only because everyone you met before couldn't see your worth. I'll come back to visit you, I promise. You don't owe me a return visit. Your path leads you farther than this valley, and that's where you need to go. I'll carry those words with me forever. Go on through security. Text me once you land safely.
Nora, would you be willing to grab coffee with me sometime? Nora, would you be willing to grab coffee with me sometime?
All right.
I know I have no right to work with these victims.
I specialize in therapy for survivors of romantic and financial fraud, all pro bono, no fees whatsoever.
I know I have no right to work with these victims after what I did to you, but this is the only way I know how to repay the harm I caused.
The debt you owe isn't to me. It's to the person you chose to become that night 3 years ago. If you've earned your license fairly and honestly, keep doing this vital work. This isn't an official reconciliation, just a small gift to congratulate you on your new career.
Nora, I got the full scholarship offer. I'm officially enrolled. Nora, I got the full scholarship offer. I'm officially enrolled.
I never once doubted you'd get it.
You believed in me far more than I ever believed in myself.
That's because you're worth every bit of that faith. Anyone who works with vineyards is bound to get a tan. Isn't that the rule? You've gotten so suntanned out west at school. Anyone who works with vineyards is bound to get a tan. Isn't that the rule? You saved me from losing everything I've ever loved. This is incredible. I owe you everything. If you hadn't sent that text all those months ago, I would have lost this entire vineyard to fraud. I only did what anyone decent would have done when they saw the truth unfolding. It was far more than basic decency. You saved me from losing everything I've ever loved. And those who you think you will hate forever suddenly stop hating one day. Life is really strange. Those obstacles that you think you can't overcome, after walking over, you find that it's just a ditch. And those who you think you will hate forever suddenly stop hating one day. It's not forgiveness, but that I don't care. If the wine is bad, you can pour it out and rebrew it. Life is the same.